What's up guys, this is Teddy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to be talking about the 7 biggest mistakes that I made my first year in real estate and how you can learn from them. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that I'm very candid about the mistakes that I've made, the screw-ups that I did, and I believe that there's a saying that a smart man learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. So here are my mistakes. One is that I didn't prospect consistently when I first started real estate, and even into my second year, I just wasn't that consistent. And the first reason I wasn't consistent was because I kind of fell into the mentality, or I listened to other people that said that cold calling didn't work, and I ended up stopping. Now, I did pick cold calling back up and I started doing it more consistently, and I started getting lots of business, and it got to the point where I had so much business that I stopped prospecting simply because I didn't have time and I wasn't using my time efficiently. Always remember that if you ever stop prospecting in this business, you will probably get into a boom bust cycle. If you quit prospecting, what happens is that your business pipeline will dry up, and then you will panic, you'll start prospecting much more, and you will get what I call the business or the real estate roller coaster, where your income's going up and down and you're having trouble getting your business back on a steady keel, and it can be something that can put people out of business. Luckily that didn't happen to me, but watch out for not prospecting consistently. Number 2 is I spent a lot of money on very useless things, and I overspent on my advertising, thinking that if I advertised enough I would get clients, and that if I built it the business would come. But that is something that is very deadly in real estate. Always go with the mentality of lead with revenue. If you're making lots of money from your business, dump it back into advertising, but stay away from the idea that if you dump a bunch of money into advertising, that business is going to produce a return or pay dividends, because more than likely that is not going to be the case. For example, I spent a bunch of money on Facebook advertising, and this was when Facebook ads were not nearly as popular as they were now, and it really hadn't caught on that Facebook was a good way to produce business. While my Facebook ads did produce business, I overspent, and once again that was actually one of those things that made me have to go back to getting a part-time job, because I spent so much money on Facebook ads and I didn't get the return. So what I usually tell people is the best things in life are free. Cold calling is free. You know, it's not fun and nobody likes to do it, but it's going to be one of the best ways to get business if you're somebody who's first starting up and you're kind of in that lean state where you don't have a lot of money and you're trying to get fish in the boat and you're trying to produce income so that you can spend more money on things like advertising. Number 3, and I see this all the time, is that people focus way too much on scripts and content, and they don't actually prospect because they're so afraid. There's fear mixed into it, and they just spend their whole entire days watching FSBO scripts and expired scripts. I always tell people that you could have the crappiest script in the world and you could be the most monotone person in the world, and if you prospect enough, you will get twice as much business as the ultimate, slick car salesman on the phone. If you're the person who really puts in the hours, you do the numbers, you're gonna beat everybody else simply out of sheer numbers and work ethics. Remember, don't focus so much on scripts and getting that perfect script down, and just really focus on doing the numbers. I had people tell me that my scripts are stupid and that my scripts won't work, but my scripts do work, and I know that simply because the best script in the world is a script that is actually used, and don't let anybody tell you differently. Or is going to be, I took a lot of bad advice from people, used a lot of really high pressure sales tactics, and you need to realize in this business that there's going to be people who give advice that should not be giving advice, and it comes in many forms. It comes in from people who haven't been in the business for a really long time. They are making a lot of their money through coaching, and they just really haven't been out there in the field, and they haven't realized that sales has kind of changed. I always tell people, before you use a sales tactic or you use a tactic that you've learned from somebody else, kind of think about a little bit, you know, is this an ethical thing to do? Should I be doing this? Would I be mad if somebody did this to me, even though I'm in the sales business? Always realize that advice is cheap. It's not all advice is good advice. Even for me, I always tell people, you know, even question me, don't always just blindly follow people, and really try to think for yourself and be, you know, your own individual. I really wish somebody would have told me that people get referral fees from things, because I remember when I first started real estate, there was a book and a seminar, and I remember people just pitching me on this seminar. I was like, what is it about this seminar that people are just wanting me to join so bad? And the more people tried to get me to join the seminar, the more like I just kind of resisted it, and it kind of had like a really high pressure vibe. So in the end, you need to realize that when this is happening, people are getting referrals for those seminars. If somebody gets you to sign on, or if somebody gets you to come into the seminar, or somebody gets you to buy a book, they're more than likely going to be getting a referral fee for that, or a commission. And most of these commissions are absolutely massive, and you can kind of understand the mentality that people get of trying to get people to join, trying to get people to sign up for real estate school, trying to get people to sign up for brokerages. Always need to be cognizant of the fact that people are getting huge referral fees for a lot of these products. 6 is, I wish I would have diversified my lead prospecting strategies. When I first started real estate, the biggest success that I had was with absentee owners, and I kept prospecting absentee owners just relentlessly, and I never tried to do any other forms of prospecting like circle prospecting or FSBOs or expireds. And when I finally started doing all these other forms of prospecting, I realized that I should have, you know, diversified my lead prospecting strategies, and I should have done FSBOs and expireds and absentee owners all at the same time. Okay, so number 7 is going to be, I kind of wish I would have relaxed a little bit. I think that I was so focused on, you know, business, and so focused on, you know, prospecting, and so focused on, you know, making money to a certain extent, that I really wasn't enjoying life. We've all been in that type of situation before, or maybe you got, you know, maybe you're looking back and you just think that, you know, I shouldn't have been so stressed out, and I really wish I would have slowed down and enjoyed the process more. And even now, I have to sit back and I have to realize that, you know, it's not all about the money, and it's not all about, you know, the YouTube views, and you just kind of have to sit back and you have to relax and kind of put things in perspective. And once again, I wish I just wouldn't have stressed out so much about, you know, the real estate business. I know that there was a lot at stake, and I know it's a very high risk business, but once again, don't let real estate take control of your life. Please just kind of take a step back, you know, relax, and put things into perspective every once in a while. But anyway, that's my video for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and as always, thank you for watching.